Join SkinScript Skincare in 2024 as they bring you the best in new products, classes, and resources. Their award-winning customer service team of licensed professionals is designed to support you. No sales pitches, no pressure, and no spending requirements. The focus is always on you. Sign up at SkinScriptRx.com and embark on your path to becoming an empowered SkinScript esthetician today. DMK is unlike any skincare company on earth. Named after visionary founder Danae Montague King, DMK is committed to providing individualized products and treatment plans that heal skin on the cellular level, whether the condition concerns pigmentation, acne, inflammation, or signs of aging. DMK is home to the original enzyme mask, the game-changing formula that sends oxygenating, tightening, and exfoliating signals into the skin to enact changes in skin structures from the inside out. At DMK, we believe everyone deserves to feel the confidence that comes with healthy, beautiful skin. Learn more at DanaeMKing.com. That's DANNEM King.com.
Hello and welcome to ASCP Esty Talk. I'm your co-host Maggie Staszcuk and ASCP's Education Program Manager.
And I am Ella Cressman, licensed esthetician, international educator, and content contributor for Associated Skincare Professionals.
Ella, when I was practicing as an esthetician, I absolutely loved teaming up with my colleagues. It not only allowed me to improve my skills as an esthetician, but also contributed to the growth of my business.
100,000%.
Yeah, and I would say even, as an employee versus a contractor, having that collaboration helped build my client base.
Absolutely. And I think I think this is a natural human condition to think of competition. And like your other people, this is a scarcity mindset. I have competition. There's a person next door to me, or this girl I graduated with, or this other girl at the shop that I work at, or whatever it is. She's getting more, he's getting more, I don't have, da-da-da-da-da. If I don't hoard everything I possibly can, then I'm going to be less than. I think that's human, right? Those are human responses.
Yes. Yeah.
The sooner that you can let go of that, the more you allow space for good things to come in. So that's living in an abundance mindset. And it's very, very true for our industry in particular. So rather than competition, thinking of it as complementation.
Say that again.
Complementing what you do.
Yeah.
Complementation. And the reason is because there's so many faces in the world, and your faces are going to find you, or whatever you do, your furry legs, whatever treatments that you offer, they will find you. The right clients will find you, because if you're trying to hoard these clients, you might have the wrong one. And if you have the wrong one, you're not making room for the right ones, plural. So really living in that, whether it's someone in the same field as you, or you're complimenting and referring to people that are in other fields that are going to circle back with you, then those are really important. I have something like with my acupuncturist. She's phenomenal. I love her skills. I see her every 3 weeks. She likes my skills. She sees me every 6 weeks, or that's fine. But we're not going to get into that. It's a little cadence. I'm not bitter. No, I'm just kidding.
If you're listening.
But she sends me a ton of people. And in return, I send her because we believe in each other. And then the same thing goes for like a realtor clients that I have. She'll send me people. I'll send her people. She helped us. She didn't have to. She wasn't even we did, for sale by owner. And she helped us. She didn't have to, but now I'm like, this girl is going to help you out. You need to go to this girl. So in that part of elevating and collaborating, I think that encourages all of that abundance mindset.
Totally. That cross-promotion is huge in our industry, and I think people forget about that. And it probably is that competition mindset. So this is a good segue to what we're going to talk about, which is really just about building relationships in the industry, which opens you up to so much, not just opportunity, but also knowledge.
Yes, absolutely. Because if you're not worried about what they're going to get from you, then you can be open to what you're going to get from them, right?
Yes, absolutely. So let's dive into some of these things. First being connecting on social media. That means a lot of things. So not just having social media to gain exposure, but also joining groups.
Yes. Like I run a group here in Colorado, and I think it's been 10 years, maybe 11 years. And it started out very much, I was in sales and I was selling a specific product, but I would get, you create these relationships with different practitioners, and I would get, what should I do with what kind of equipment? Where should I get it? What classes should I take? So it was really about connecting people that way. Now there's over 6,000. I think there's like 6,500 in that group, and it's become a place. Become a lot of things, but the intention remains of a place to share knowledge and to uplift. So sometimes it's hard when enforcing the rules, like managing other human behaviors, like wanting to be offended by somebody or whatever it is. But that's really the intention. And I know there's a lot of other groups like that. And the kind of posts that you'll see are, what should I do about this client? Tell me what I should do in this situation for room rent versus 1099. All of these different questions where I don't know where else to go. But what's happened on social media that I've seen late is that this is the first place people go to, is their social media groups or their peer groups, because it does feel like a place of support.
Yeah, it's a community.
Mm-hmm.
Industry events is a huge opportunity too. You get to network, learn, and even potentially showcase your skills.
Absolutely. You can have local group events, and those can be aesthetic based. Those can be other businesses. There's different networking groups. Have you ever joined one of those, like a leads group?
Yeah.
Where they have regular business breakfasts or something. That's why I stopped going, because I'm like, that is early. It's way early. I start late and end late in my days. But anyways, but it's a lot of those different things, and you're able to meet people that can help you. So I did meet people that can help with like swag that we ordered for different events, or it was really a door opener and did bring me a lot of clients. And of course, there's other industry events like classes, manufacturers classes, or other types of skill-based classes. You'll see at different around towns. You'll see
around towns.
Yeah, I was trying to say that. So just anything, whether it's subject related or skill sharpening or whatever that is. And then, of course, the big ones, which are trade shows.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of people, when their focus is on, I'm trying to grow my business, I'm trying to grow my client base, and maybe they haven't yet established their business, they don't have the money to allocate to things like trade shows or any kind of industry event for that matter. They're not thinking in the terms of, this is a way to elevate myself, and ultimately it will lead to a larger client base.
Yeah. It's really focusing intention. That's for sure.
Educational happy hours, quote unquote, also is a great way to position yourself as an expert. And that can mean a lot of things. It's, maybe you're having like an open house, you're inviting clients, potential clients, and again, showcasing yourself as an expert in the industry, or maybe it's a new product you have, or you're changing your menu, or...
What would be kind of cool on that vein is to have different practitioners. Like maybe you have a massage person or a physical therapist or a different modalities, and they invite some of their clients, maybe a VIP event. They invite their top 10 people, you invite your top 10 people, and now you have 4 practitioners, 40 people, and they're all in one place, and it's this cross-marketing exposure opportunity.
That is so smart. I love that. So like you were talking about earlier with your acupuncturist, even if you guys are not in the same business, still inviting that pool of people and all of those expertise coming together and them bringing their client base. It's a great way, even for that acupuncturist, to build their client base.
Or one time I had worked with a company, and they had a really great space, and it was skincare, but we had a guy who he wasn't a botanist or anything. He was just really into plants, and he would have events, and he would talk about certain plants. He'd charge. He'd talk about certain plants. He'd talk about how to plant them. You'd leave with a potted plant and some samples. So it was a really cool opportunity for a connection of, at that point, like natural and stuff. So those are other ideas of hosting a paid class at your location.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back.
Are you interested in providing results-driven treatment services? Join a team of like-minded individuals who share your passion and support your success. With more than 1,000 franchised locations in 49 states, Massage Envy is not only the nation's #1 provider of massage services collectively across its franchise network, but also a national leader in skincare. Start or grow your career at a Massage Envy franchised location. Visit massageenvy.com/SDcareers for full details. Taizo creates all-mineral sunscreen that fits into any skincare routine. Taizo sunscreens are lightweight, virtually invisible, and free of chemical sunscreens, so they're reef-friendly. Free of dyes, fragrances, and preservatives, it's elegant sunscreen you'll love and that loves your skin. Taizo Skincare is the perfect partner to our sunscreens in the fight against photoaging. With powerful antioxidants and benefit ingredients, Taizo Skincare helps diminish the visible signs of aging and prevents further damage. Visit taizoskin.com for more information.
Okay, here we go. Let's get back to the podcast.
Okay, let's talk about when to refer in our industry.
Okay.
So do you have specific people just, thinking of what you want? We've talked about it before. We're honing in to the skills that we want or the services that we want, but it's a broad industry.
Yeah. I mean, as a new practitioner, defining your niche is so important. Niche or niche?
Niche.
Niche. Okay.
Potato.
Whatever. Defining your niche is so important. And if you have a client, we've talked about this before. When do you fire a client, refer a client, all the things. If you have a client that does not fit within your niche, then refer them out. And that's part of establishing your network amongst professionals. Who's that professional that does lashes because you don't? Who's that professional that does Brazilians because you don't? Or maybe there's a client where you guys are just not seeing eye to eye and there's conflict every time they're coming in. So who's the individual you feel confident that can deal with this personality type?
And by the way, with that being said, being respectful if you're the one being referred to. Let me tell you a story.
Tell us.
Let me tell you 2 stories. The first one is, right now I have a new person at the shop. She's renting a room and she has skills that I don't. She does brow lamination. She does lash lift. I don't have those. I don't want those. And she does lash tint. I hate doing those. And she does brow tint. And it's like, whatever for me, whatever. So I have been feeding her those people, lifting her up, And she's very grateful. She's very kind. And she's not going to step on my toes with any kind of referral that I give or advice that I give. Similar to another practitioner that is in the Denver area, he will send people to me for facials. He's a makeup artist, also licensed esthetician. He sells products. We both sell the same product. He'll send people to me for services. I never go against his advice on what he's sold them product-wise. I don't want to go against making him look any less professional or go against what he's saying. So I take it into consideration and I make adjustments from there. Another thing that happened to me before, I'm very conscientious of this because I work in a strip where we have different professionals. One of them is an esthetician, and I send those people to her all the time that want relaxing facials. She's very good at it. She's great. She sells different products, but she's good at it. No problem. She doesn't send me anybody. That's fine. But there's also laser. The laser place does mostly hair removal and whatnot. So I sent a client, and they did some IPL. So I sent a client to them, and she told them her products were here, and she put her hand high above her forehead, and my products were here, and she put them about chest level. That her products were superior to the products that I offered. Didn't know anything about my products, doesn't know anything about my education, but was discounting my qualifications to a client that I sent to her. Well, that backfired in 2 ways. One, the client that I sent her, she's like, "Can you believe this lady was trying to say that?" Because she knew me. She knows that I would never steer her wrong. And also, I've never sent her another person.
Mm-hmm.
So being conscientious of those things, obviously she was operating in a scarcity mindset and not in an abundance, or she wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, totally. I think going back to what you said at the start of the podcast about competition,
Mm-hmm.
There is plenty to go around. And it's knowing yourself, it's knowing your business.
Absolutely. And not being afraid and not being, in my opinion, she was trying to posture that she was superior because she has lasers instead of just seeing that there was a long-term collaboration opportunity to work together with me and not do that. So she lost out on that, but it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my doing, but it was definitely my decision to not work with that person. I do send all my lasers off to other people, and they're 30 minutes away, but it's worth it. And that's how I explain it. And I also send injectables off. I have 3 people that I refer to injectables, and they're all minimum 20 minutes away from where I'm at. And I'm like, it's worth it, though. Those people are worth it. So getting that network of people that you trust are going to provide a good service first and foremost, and trust that you're going to have, maybe you don't have reciprocity, but that you can trust your clients with is key.
And finding that network, to your point, Ella, is about collaborating and networking within the industry. You can't do that if you aren't attending these networking events, if you aren't putting yourself out there, if you aren't going to the trade shows and actually meeting people.
Or go get a service.
Yeah.
See what you think.
Now, listeners, we want to hear from you. What are your proven strategies to get more clients as an esthetician? Share with us on social media through Instagram, Facebook, or by emailing getconnected@ascpskincare.com. Thank you for listening to ASCP Esty Talk. And as always, for more information on this episode or for ways to connect with Ella and myself, or to learn more about ASCP, check out the show notes.